I just finished watching every single UFC 314 media day and pre-fight press conference, and today, guys, I wanted to dive into the mindset of each fighter. How are they feeling? Are they ready? Is there anything that we can take a look at when either making a prediction, whether you're interested in the fights, or taking a look at this from a betting perspective? Today, I have the guide for you. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with too many YouTube channels. Timestamps will be there if you'd like to hear from a particular fighter, but let's start out with Paddy Pimblett. Obviously, guys, Paddy Pimblett did what he usually does, and he goes from being overweight to in incredible shape. But he has also mentioned that he has never before taken his health this seriously. He's never had more energy. He's never had more cardio before. If that's true, that could be put to use against Michael Chandler. And we've seen this with the big press conference as well. Paddy Pimblett is also not worried about getting knocked out. He believes that he will hang with Michael Chandler in the feet. He'll be able to knock him out. So there's nothing new to take away from how I'm feeling about Paddy Pimblett. We know that he is very confident. We know that he probably really does believe that he's not going to get knocked out, but he does look healthy. And I do believe him in saying that he has more energy than he ever has. Let's talk about Bryce Mitchell, though. Everybody has been on the Bryce Mitchell train lately, it seems. It's crazy. Like, this dude went from one of the most hated guys on the internet to one of the most loved. Bryce Mitchell, and from the stare down, too. Bryce Mitchell looks like he's locked in, and he is intense. I know this isn't necessarily new information from the pre-fight media day in general, but even if you are not religious, I think you need to, I think you have to be able to see, Bryce's true belief in God, and this is going to be him doing his best to take out evil. In his mind, there is no losing. That type of stuff motivates a man like nothing else before. Either that and having a new child. And that's something that we're going to be talking about with Michael Chandler, too. Having children and actually, believing in the power of God, that will take you to a new step. A lot of people have been saying this in comment sections and things like that Bryce Mitchell is also reaching fulfillment. He's completely happy. He's grateful. He's comfortable with no matter what's going to happen in that octagon. He's going to go there and he's going to do his best to defeat evil. He is supremely confident in himself. Nobody is getting into his head. He is locked in. He's locked in to the point where I'm like, you're almost making me think that you can win this fight. And I'm one of the people who thought that Gene Silva, or still kind of does think that Gene Silva is going to destroy him, but he looks so locked in. He looks so ready, and he is supremely motivated for this bout. But now, like I said, let's talk about Michael Chandler. So, Michael Chandler, it's a little bit more of what we usually get from Michael Chandler. He sits down. He has pretty well everything all scripted out, but what I didn't know is that Michael Chandler actually had a daughter of his own. It is not an adopted daughter, and I know people like to make fun of Michael Chandler. I'm not saying this is a dig, but it's for once, actually his daughter. I don't mean that to for some... It's nice that people adopt people. I just know that a lot of people go, oh, Michael Chandler adopting people, ha 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 ha. I truthfully don't mean for it to come off that way, but when I said it's his for real this time, he's had a daughter. I do believe that there is no bigger motivation than having a brand new kid to provide for your family, to win a fight, to get that extra bonus potentially, to further your family down the road. While he may be supremely motivated, Michael Chandler also spoke about, we've heard him talk about this before, he has other things going on than just MMA, so he does seem comfortable. I don't know whether to believe in his motivation as a new parent, or is he losing it a little bit? Is he taking a step back? Michael Chandler also looks like he is in insane shape right now. He's very confident. He is sitting down talking about being a man, all those things, typically the same kind of speeches that you hear from Michael Chandler. I don't know if we'll ever know the true Michael Chandler, right? But who knows, man? Maybe that is him. It's just a little bit scripted, but nothing new to take away from Michael Chandler, I will say. Now, for Dominick Reyes, there is actually only one thing that I wanted to say. His interview was actually pretty quick, and last time he had his most recent victory, he spoke about actually being healthy, coming in for fight camp, not coming into the fight looking for war, but to be the tactical veteran. He still holds that belief, and he is also, like his last fight, coming into this fight healthy, so he feels really good about his training. Last time, he said that, and it seemed to be accurate. He had a pretty good performance, although the competition level obviously could have been better, but he's been riding a good wave, and it seems to be that he's continuing to ride this good wave. But now let's talk about Chase Hooper, guys. I don't know if I'm alone in this opinion, but I believe that Chase Hooper has matured. Not that Chase Hooper was this immature weirdo or anything like that. Chase Hooper seems to have been growing up. A little bit more understanding, a little bit more locked in. We know that Chase Hooper is also a parent. He seems to know what he wants. He's been improving from fight to fight. The dude, like we were talking about, well, not to the extent of locked in that Bryce Mitchell is, he seems to be mature, have an understanding. He's probably training as hard as he possibly can. His fights have been showing that. And just listening to him speak, he's still confident in himself. He understands that, like, losses happen, things like that. He's not hung up on anything. He's just looking to be the best fighter that he could possibly be. He's looking to make a name for himself. He's looking to get into the rankings, and he's taking his opponent very seriously. I like what I heard from Chase Hooper. The dude seems pretty locked in. And finally, I want to talk about Alexander Volkanovski. He is, first of all, he is in incredible shape. It wasn't the lighting that you've seen in a bunch of those pictures, because I've seen the pictures online too. I was like, okay, probably just the lighting. He's probably just weight cutting. The dude is jacked. And he even spoke about how he's never actually, not taking his health, I don't remember the exact words that he said, but he's never actually, like, trained as hard as he could on just improving his physicality and improving his all-around game. This is one of the most important fights in his career for him. He's also understanding, because here's the thing. I have something that I've been really, really worried about Alexander Volkanovski for, because I'm a big Alexander Volkanovski fan. I'm worried that he's going to go out like BJ Penn. You know, the type of things that you hear from Lucas Tracy, I agree with, where it's like, oh, you just got to stand up for yourself, knocked out. I just need to show everybody that I can do it, knocked out. I do believe, and I still kind of do believe, that's how Alexander Volkanovski is going to go out, even if he does end up winning this fight. But he is understanding in his position. He understands why people be picking against him. He understands why people think he's going to lose to Diego Lopez. I like when a fighter's not bitter about that, and he's understanding about that. He just wants to come in, and he wants to prove everybody wrong. He wants to prove that he is still a champion. He's coming in with that mission. He's motivated, and this is one of the most important fights of his life. I didn't expect Alexander Volkanovski to not be motivated, but like we were talking about some other fighters, he's locked in. His physicality right now is proving that. No vibe I got from Alexander Volkanovski tells me that he's worried about getting knocked out again. Another thing that he did speak about is Ilia Topuria, getting a hold of his tells. It seems to be like, he didn't exactly say this, but it seems like that he's kind of alluding when talking about the Ilia Topuria fight that he's fixing any holes in his game. I'm hoping that's the leaning back, the chin in the air, thing like that, but he's locked in. Like a few other fighters that we talked about, he's locked in. There are a few fighters that I'm feeling very good about this time around. The card is coming up soon though, guys. If you were interested, why don't you check out the complete betting guide and what I think about every fight on the card. You can check that out right here. I would love to have you over there. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take care, everybody.